everyone, I'm Dr. Markmann. I'm a board certified plastic surgeon.
Hi everyone, it's Brittany, nurse practitioner. We just want to thank everybody on the front line, healthcare providers and everyone that's helping the country through this really hard time. We know that it's really challenging, but we will get through this.
So stay home and stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you out there soon.
Dominic is a good man who has faced challenges and struggles over the years. The main challenge being with his weight. Obesity is a huge problem in this country that many people have to deal with every day. It causes back pain, knee pain, and greatly affects people's self-esteem when going out in public. Dominic suffers with these issues as well.
I mean, I've been working out a while, but I got certain areas that the fat is kind of stubborn, just won't go nowhere.
No matter how hard he exercises, the weight just won't go away. Frustrated, he started to think that nothing he did was going to help. After several weeks of research, Dominic knew he had finally found a solution.
I think everybody should do their own research when it comes down to this. Like, don't really get nobody advice. Just kind of take your time, like a good month and a half. Read some articles, watch a couple of videos. That's what pretty much decided me to go with life for the day.
And with that weight off his shoulders, it was time to get the weight off where he needed it. Now it was time to find the absolute best person to help him, and that's when he saw Dr. Markmann's show.
Ready? All right. How are you today?
Doing pretty good.
That's good. Good to see you. Steal my chair here. So, getting ready for your big day?
Yeah.
Getting excited?
Yeah.
Nervous?
Not nervous.
No nerves? Good.
Before I did my research, I was nervous because I heard, you got to be put to sleep and certain things like that. But once I started watching videos and I seen how everybody was relaxed and doing their job the proper way, my confidence built up.
We're going to be doing liposuction of your entire belly, so everything from here downwards. We're going to take out as much of this fat as we can. So usually below the belly button, we take pretty much all the fat out of there.
Okay.
Up top here, we're going to give you that crease down the middle, so you have a nice crease underneath there. I can feel it, we just can't see it. So we're going to take out all the fat that's in that crease to give you that nice crease. Tense up your abs for me, crunch for me. Good, so definitely a nice full muscle right there. Second one's right there, third one's right there. So we're just going to give you those creases here to make it look like, or to bring out those muscles so you can see them. And again, down here, we typically take out all the fat. We're going to get rid of a lot of fat around here, so it's going to look more like that when we're done. Okay. And then maybe see from the back, and maybe turn around. So back here, the love handle area, that's all going to be gone. You do have some stretch marks back in here, probably from growing quickly in your teen years. So we see it a lot in young men with a lot of stretch marks back here from rapid growth, and you're tall, so that's probably part of it. We're going to take out all the fat we can get out of here to give you a nice V shape back here, probably thin these rolls out a little bit too. Okay, I do it all through one scar here, one scar on each cheek. Okay. Let me see from the front again. And the last thing we're going to do is get rid of all this under here. So I know you work out a lot, it will give you more definition of your pecs. So we take out all the fat back here, just helps enhance that pectoralis line there. You probably take a little bit right off your breast area here just to flatten that a little bit too. Right. Okay? Perfect. Do all that through a little tiny scar here in the crease, and then again a scar in your belly button, and a scar at the end of one of those creases out here on each side. Okay. And one more down here. All right? All right, perfect.
Even after doing research, he still didn't know what the experience would be like. But after speaking with Dr. Markmann, his fears were soon laid to rest.
I was very comfortable in as far as being in the hospital. Even though I had to stay 24 hours, but I was very comfortable. I watched pretty much movies, ate good, relaxed myself. The crazy part was me being put to sleep because that's my first time being put to sleep. It's like you go in with a conversation to a doctor talking about my job experience and things like that, and you wake up in a totally different opposite room that you was already in. It seemed like a blink of an eye, but to them it said it took 3.5 hours. But to me, it seemed like it's like that. And I woke up thinking like, Dad, I ain't started surgery yet. I'm like, come on, man, I'm ready to get out of here. But it was a great experience.
Six packs when we do these always look very funny, very fake at first. So when we first undress him, I always warn patients it does not look natural in the beginning. So you wear the compression with a piece of foam underneath for all the cutouts where the muscle should be. So when you take that off, it looks just very strange due to all the swelling and the compression. But with time, it comes back to normal looking and looks very natural with time. All right, so today again, it's just gonna be a quick check of everything. I'd like you to hold onto these so they don't get pulled out. We'll slide these down just a little bit here. Actually, I thought that was covered, but it's not. So we're gonna unwrap and check everything real quick. I'll do it as gently as we can, but it is uncomfortable. And then feels good already. Always feels good coming off. Getting back into it's a little more work. So again, I put the foam underneath to compress where the inscriptions or where the lines are supposed to be.
Okay.
And feels good coming off, huh? So this all just helps to keep your indentations where you want them. So, all right. So peeling this off, some people like, some people hate. This just helps to keep that foam in place.
Okay.
All right. A big unveiling. And again, being that you're swollen, the definition also improves with time. So right now we didn't do any liposuction here, here, here. I did all the liposuction in between where those lines are.
Right.
So that's where you're very swollen. So,
okay.
And I think you may even have a little tiny bit of fluid in there, so we want that fluid to work its way to those drains.
Okay.
Down the bottom here, definitely swollen. So
I used to real like sad about that. You know, I wear a shirt, it'd be tight up here, but next thing you know, be a big old bulge on the side for my love handle. So
yep.
Once the swelling get down, I know I'm gonna be very pleased.
That's where a lot of that fat came out of, was off the sides here. So, but yes, you are definitely very swollen, so it's all gonna get better with time.
Everything was relaxed. The tone of his voice was relaxing. Everything was explained to me. I understood. I felt relaxed. Like I don't have no worries about nothing. I think all men should get lipo if you have a problem. I know for a fact that a lot of guys, they look, you know, they like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to, but do it. Like, make yourself happy and just do it. Like, sometimes you can work out as much as you want to, and you really won't get nowhere, but sometimes you need extra help. So there's nothing wrong with getting that extra help. That's how I feel about it. He's a good guy. You're in good hands.
So Dominic's looking good. Everything went beautifully. So he's a big guy. We did take off a lot of fat, which when you're taking off a lot of fat, it always leaves your skin a little bit more loose. If your skin's tight to begin with, it usually does fine, but if your skin is loose to begin with, it just makes it worse. So we discussed all that with him before surgery. So he's got a little bit of bagginess underneath here, which all, hopefully when the swelling goes down, it's all gonna come back up and in. His skin should contract a good bit. We'll have to wait and see how much. So, but otherwise, he looks great so far.
Driving. We all do it. Every day. We drive to work. We drive to the grocery store. We drive to see friends and family. Driving is one of the many things that most of us have in common. But then, out of nowhere, tragedy strikes. This is the one risk we all take every time we get behind the wheel. Lisa is no stranger to how something like this can have a lasting effect.
I was in a car accident and it's hard for me to breathe. The inside of my nose where the septum is collapsed completely, so I have to get that taken care of.
When accidents happen, there's no telling what kind of long-term impact it can have on your body. For Lisa, it was her nose.
My car accident was 2013, so it's been 7 years. When the pandemic happened and we had to wear the masks, it was really hard for me to wear the mask and breathe for a long period of time.
Breathing through a mask can already be difficult for some people. But for Lisa, she knew she had to get it taken care of right away. Knowing that she had to have surgery done, she also decided to fix some other issues she had dealt with all her life.
So while I'm getting that done, I'm just gonna have a few things done to the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. Every day since can remember, I don't like my nose, so just gonna get it done at the same time.
But where do you go? And who can you trust to handle such a delicate and personal procedure? Luckily for Lisa, she already had an answer to that question.
I met Dr. Markmann in 2017, and that's why I decided on him. I was just messing around trying to, find, the best plastic surgeon, and his name came up, and then I had talked to a few people that knew him, and even when I called the hospital, they were all just, had nothing but good things to say about him, and that's probably the main reason that I chose him.
So we're going to do some vector imaging today for a rhinoplasty. So with vector, I can show patients the potential outcomes. So I can make your nose more narrow, I can get rid of bumps, I can make it more prominent or less prominent. So the vector imaging shows the patient different options, and they get to choose what they like. And then I actually take that picture to the operating with me to use as a goal. So that's what I try to match their desires by what they've shown me on the computer that they like. So when we're doing a rhinoplasty, most common thing people want to do is get rid of the bump.
Yeah.
So you'll bump up there. So we're going to shave that part down. So in shaving that down, again, it's all done through the inside. You have one tiny little scar across here, a little V-shaped scar there. We go up underneath your skin, all the rest of the scars are inside. We'll shave that bump down, make it a little more narrow here too, so you have a little bulge this way and a bulge on top. So we'll narrow that little bulge, shave it all off, and then we're going to refine your tip a little bit, make your tip a little more narrow. I think that's what we talked about before, correct? So a little more narrow there. And then you wanted to have a little bit less projection here, I believe it was.
Yes.
So your nostrils were not as long. So we talked about possibly taking out some skin here too, I believe. So the scar in the crease.
Yeah.
That's called a weir excision. So for the weir excision, you'll have a scar down in the crease. Usually heals beautifully, it just fades away to nothing around here, and it goes inside your nose. So we're going to take out a little piece of skin here and pull your nostrils down tighter that direction. That way they're not as long. And at the same time, we're going to drop your tip a little bit so it's not quite as projecting. Okay, that kind of rounds out your nostrils also. Okay?
That sounds good.
That is perfectly great. That little mirror there in front of you. And I want you to hold real still until after the flash. Ready? And that's it. Okay. So the machine took 6 pictures of all at the same time from different angles. Now the computer's going to put it all back together into a 3D image. So now let's take all those pictures and combine them into one. So it's going to be a 3D image. We can turn you sideways, we can rotate you. You can see from all different angles. So as we make a change in one direction, it's going to show you what it's going to look like if we turn you sideways. Okay? So again, before to after, big difference. Okay.
I like how the bump and stuff, that the size and everything.
3/4 view. Much nicer without that bump there. Now we'll do a front view. Again, zoomed in.
Yeah, I like how the front looks.
Much nicer. Again, I'd probably still make you a little less full in that area there.
Yeah.
So that's where your cartilage is, so we'll definitely trim that down a little more. This side I think looks a little better, but that side's still a little more prominent. Nobody's nose is ever even to begin with, but I'll try to make it as even as I can. And then the other view, oops, wrong one. The other view is upside down here. So again, by making your nostrils more narrow, or your tip more narrow here, it definitely gives you a nicer shape to your nostrils, so it's not as blunted and round here. Gives you just a nicer curve in here, a nicer shape. Good with that?
I love this thing.
It's a neat machine. It really does help a lot as far as, just the communication of what you're looking for and what I can do makes a big difference. So. today we're going to take the splints out of the inside of her nose, which we put in there to hold the bones out. We do a splint on the outside of the nose to hold the bones in, just so everything stays lined up the way we put them. So we're going to take out a few stitches today probably as well. So we're going to go check and see how she's doing. Ready? All right. So how are you?
Good. Ready to get these cheeks out.
You're tired of them, huh?
Yeah.
Any problems?
No.
No? Everything's healing up okay as far as you can tell?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Stop bleeding.
Any bleeding? No, no bleeding. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, today's a big day then. So today we're going to take the tubes out of the inside. Okay. The tubes we put in there so you can breathe through. Did they help breathing? You able to breathe through the tubes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Helped a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll take the tubes out today. Since it looks like your splint's coming off, we'll probably take your splint off the outside as well.
Okay. Good.
Okay?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh wow, I can, yeah.
Definitely see a difference?
Definitely.
And this is just the beginning. So
Yeah.
again, as time goes by, all the tip's going to go down. Your bump up top is gone.
Oh,
Nice
wow.
profile now.
Yeah, love
And
it.
it's nice and straight. All right, so next we're gonna go see Lisa. Lisa's here for her follow-up after getting her rhinoplasty done. Saw her early after surgery. We took out the tubes, took off the splints, everything looked beautiful. So now we're gonna check and be sure things are still looking good and be sure she's happy.
I feel great. I feel, you can't tell, so it looks like it's healed, no bruising. This has met my expectations and more. He did an awesome job. I wasn't expecting it to look so natural, but he did a very good job, and I can breathe normally again for the first time in 10 years, so I'm really happy about it. Dr. Markmann makes me feel comfortable with the procedure. He explained everything in detail, answered all my questions, and I had no doubt that I wanted him to do it. I would absolutely recommend Dr. Markmann to my friends and family. He's one of the best.
Like many guys that work out and diet, Greg had some fat that just wouldn't go away. No matter how hard he pushed himself, the tone and definition he was trying to achieve just wouldn't happen. So he decided to find someone out there that might be able to help surgically give him what nature and hard work couldn't.
When you dedicate yourself and you work out and eat right, you see a little bit, but you don't see what you want. So it gets a little frustrating, so a little assistance is always welcome.
Like anyone looking to do surgery, Greg decided to do some research of his own. Finally, he found the best person for the job and a solution to his problem. He discovered Dr. Markmann and Metamorphosis Plastic Surgery and was so impressed with his credentials and results that he knew he'd found the right doc for the job.
I did a fair amount of research before the process, and again, I stuck with this doctor because I have seen the show and I loved it. Yeah, that helped me that also helped in my decision to come to Dr. Markmann. So I decided to get with the doctor and have him give me a little bit of assistance in definition. The experience was cool. It was awesome. Everybody was nice, from the anesthesiologist, the nurses, the doctor. Everybody was pleasant. It was a good atmosphere. It was good. It made me feel real comfortable. And I was able to leave the same day.
You look awesome. You look really good. You got the nice rib cuts here. You got great pec definition. I don't remember. Did we do that, or you did that on your own?
No, you did that.
We did the liposuction here. So a
you did.
little tiny scar in the crease. Liposuction down here. Just enhances your pecs. Did the nice six-pack etching there. That looks great. Down here at the bottom, still a little swollen, a little full down here. So that should also, again, gravity always takes the swelling to the lowest part. That's where it lasts the longest. So a little bit of a fullness here. I just massage that as hard as you can tolerate doing that.
Okay.
But you look awesome. Let me see from the back.
Thank you, Doc.
Back here, love handles, pretty much gone there too, so nice cut this direction. I see from the front again. And yeah, I mean, your scars have faded away, and I don't even see the scar in here, maybe way over there. So you're making great scars too.
Looks good.
So you look really good.
I appreciate it.
Working out again?
Yeah, getting back into it now.
Get back into it, yeah.
So I appreciate it now.
You look awesome.
Dr. Markmann's staff has been awesome. Everybody's, like I said, everybody's made us feel comfortable. They're very welcoming. They work with you. They're very informative. Any questions you have, they're there to answer for you at any time too. So it's awesome. I definitely would recommend Dr. Markmann.
Well, I've actually been wanting to have my breasts done for quite some time. They've been very small, was never happy with them, and always told my mom, oh, I want my breasts done when I get older, and my mom's like, they're gonna fill out, and I'm just like, I don't think so. So after having my one child, they really just deflated, and I said, okay, it's time to get this done for me, not anyone else, and it made me feel better and more comfortable with my body. It was kind of a little bit frustrating because I would just hear different things from each doctor every time, and they would say, oh no, I would go with this or go with that, and I was just a little confused. Some doctors weren't really patient. I had obviously seemed like too many questions to ask, and they would answer them but be very quick with it. So I was just like, not really comfortable with that doctor, so I would move on to the next. It took me a few months to actually really find somebody I'd be comfortable with, and Dr. Markmann seemed like he would be a very good fit for trying to get my breast augmentation done. He actually answered all of my questions, even ones that I may not have been aware of, and he just really addressed everything and just made me feel welcome every time I came in. Before, I just didn't like how some of my clothes did not fit me. I was just unhappy with it. Some of it looked okay when I had certain tops on, but then others I was just like, and I felt like looked like a 12-year-old boy, and I was just like, I just don't like it. So yeah, that's some of those things there that have made me feel uncomfortable with my breasts before having them done. So and I just wanted to address those concerns and just have that feel like more of a woman instead of just having just so much being flat, and it's just nice to have a projection there.
So we're going in to see Alana for a breast aug follow-up. So here we go. Ready? Hello.
Hey, Dr. Markmann, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good.
Things going well?
Yes, everything's everything. My experience was great. As you can see, I have nice tight fitted shirt on, and I'm happy with my results. I can't stop smiling, so I got a lot of compliments already so far, and really haven't been able to debut them so much because of what's going on with the COVID-19, the pandemic. So that's unfortunate, but soon I'll be able to hit the beach and be able to show off everything.
How are you feeling up?
Everything was good.
Things are good?
I'm happy with my results. Yeah.
Okay. Any pains, any problems?
No, just have like that normal, like I know you said there was like a more of a pins and needle kind of feeling, but it will go away over time. So.
Yeah, that takes some time.
But other than that, I feel like everything looks good.
Good.
Just want to also get like the scarring to just go
Start
down.
treatments.
Yeah, treatment with that. Yeah.
Okay. And you're happy with your size?
Yes.
Yes, and shape?
Feeling great, yes.
Looking good in clothing?
Yes, and
Awesome.
I got compliments already.
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look. Why don't you stand up? Let's
Yeah.
take a look and see what you're dealing with here at this point. See how things are going.
I did all my surgery for me just so I could be happy with myself. I would say that the staff was very nice. They would call every time to remind me about my appointments, check in on me, as well as Dr. Markmann being able to give me his number and letting me be able to contact him throughout really any time of day or night. So if there was something that I was panicking about and I wasn't sure, I would be able to reach out to him, and he was great with responding back to me right away.
A little bit. So aside from that, your scars are healing beautifully. Nipple sensation, everything's coming back to normal?
Yeah, just like I said, it's still like a little bit, but other than that, I can definitely feel everything. So
Good.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, you look beautiful. I'll cover you up here again.
All right.
We'll get your photos for your follow-up.
Okay.
And yeah, we see everybody back at 3 months, 6 months, a year, and every year for life, just to be
Okay.
sure that everything continues to be good for you
Sounds good.
and catch anything before anything ever becomes a problem. So we'd like to get your pictures, and then we'll see you back in another 3 months.
All right, wonderful.
Okay? And you're happy with size, shape? You glad you did it?
Yes,
Yeah?
I am. I feel much better. They look
the
great.
most-
So,
that's the most important
and once
thing.
this is all over with, hopefully I can wear my bathing suit top and everything. So go out on the beach one day.
Getting ready for summertime.
Yeah.